Blessings, blessings. Beautiful to be with you all, and big welcome to some of the new faces in the group. Welcome here. Welcome to the Kundalini group. Welcome to the Sangha. Yeah. A couple things. We have a retreat coming up, February 7th through the 9th, 2025, and I hope you can join. Hope you can join. So, weekend online meditation retreat. And so please sign up. It's live on the website. We'd love to have you there. That's the first thing. And then the second thing is, I have to end swiftly, at about 20 minutes after the next hour. So, I'm going to run out of here real quick because I have to take my mother to the airport. So, anyways, so we're here. I welcome you into this space. And here we are in the new year. And with Kundalini, it really comes to us, in such a big way, in such a dramatic way. And it will often speak to us and tell us like, hey, I need you to stop. I need you to slow down. I need you to integrate. I need you to reestablish your commitment to the path. And that's the thing that, I want to speak about today is, given it's a new year, but even if you're listening to this later, Kundalini will always be putting pressure on you to make certain that you are giving everything to the path. So God has chosen each of you. And when you're chosen, you're in the hot seat. You're in the hot seat. There's no kind of just hanging out and floating. When I was young, I met my teacher and, I knew right away, I'm in the hot seat here. From the age 18 on, really it started at the age 14. I started having all these spiritual experiences. And it was just like, this path is serious. It's not messing around. It's not letting me off the hook. I don't get to have a life like some of my hippie friends who just sit on the couch all day and, puff tough and mess around and ride a skateboard. Like I have a path where, God demands of me to show up. God demands of me to surrender. God demands of me to cooperate. And of course, all of you, were given the same kind of karmic flow that I was given. Like we're in the hot seat here with Kundalini Awakening. There's no, just hang out and, maybe go to yoga once a week or once a month. And, just, it's like, that's not going to be our path. That's not going to be our path. It's not going to be, Hollywood yogini, drink a, green mate, matcha, whatever those silly drinks are that people drink, like hanging out, having smoothies and doing a little bit of yoga. No, God wants all of you, the fullness of you. And, again, like given it's winter and it's a new year, I'm going to invite us just all to stop fully and to hear this. But God wants everything from you. Now, people really trip over this teaching and they think they have to be poor and lose their house and, go through the dark night of the soul and all this. And, I had to do that. But really, when I say God wants us to cooperate, is, God wants us to do what is good, to live a life that is true. So God wants you to love yourself fully, to know your power, to know your divinity, to choose your truth and your strength and your love and compassion over habitual thoughts. And so like a habitual thought might be, I'm just going to sit on the couch and eat more cookies, and space out and watch another round of, whatever the TV show is I'll think of a terrible show when I was a kid. Golden Girls, a show about old ladies hanging out. It's like, no, that's not going to be us. That's not going to be our life. It's not going to be our life. God wants us up every morning, at the crack of dawn, meditating, doing some yoga, plugging into this truth and saying yes to God, yes to life, yes to transformation, yes to the highest. God does not want us up, at the crack of dawn, plugging into, mainstream news and, that type of thing, or spacing out on Instagram. God wants us here fully to be yogis in form and in matter. And so I'm going to invite us all to close our eyes if we haven't already. And, as we begin, we're going to begin by taking some deep, full breaths. And by all means, relaxing the body, opening up and embodying the subtle energetic body. And so we'll start at the crown chakra and we'll just ask, is the crown chakra open and relaxed and receptive to the divine? And so we're breathing, we're feeling, we're softening and opening here. Most human beings, their crown chakra is closed off from the divine. Let us open the crown and receive a descent of grace from above, of heavenly support, and let us welcome the energies of the divine. We're welcoming love, welcoming healing, welcoming support to flow down from above, from the heaven realms, to uplift us, to reconnect us to the light. And so next we'll feel into the third eye chakra center. And again, we're opening here. And for some of us, we'll have to surrender our negative beliefs, our limiting beliefs. Or for most everyone, there's this feeling inside the head of, I'm in control, I'm in charge, some kind of like egoic identity. And let us soften that. Let us unhook from that. And I invite you to get comfortable with your mind being vast, spacious, and empty. Having a mind like the crown, which is open and receptive to divine intelligence. So many of us, we just go from thought to thought. It creates this illusion of egoic identity. And so let us surrender this. God is here to show you that you are a spiritual being, that you are made of light and made of space. And so on this path of Kundalini awakening, when you know you are made of light and made of space, it's easy to open to the flows of Kundalini Shakti. It's easy to be directed by the divine. But if we align, right in the center of our head with an egoic identity, then we see this Kundalini as like a foreign force. And we fight with it, we resist it. And of course, this is not the way. All of us in this room are far too advanced to be resisting Kundalini Shakti. And so we're breathing, we're feeling, we're opening in the crown, opening in the third eye, inviting the subtle energetic body to come online. And as the subtle energetic body comes online, we identify and know ourselves as this greater divinity. We don't think of ourselves as a flesh body and a human mind that is resisting God. We are open fully. So feeling down into the throat chakra, and for most of us, we might feel a little bit of a feeling of a bottleneck in the throat. See if we can soften, open in the throat chakra. Some of us, struggle with judgment, criticism, or feeling like I need to control. And so in this moment, we surrender judgment. We surrender any sense of criticism, whether it's internal or external. Surrender internal judgment and external judgment. Breathing, feeling, opening, and inviting this realization of spacious divinity, a gentle sense of light to awaken in the throat chakra, to the back of the skull, the neck, the throat, the shoulders, inviting a great surrender all the way down. Behind the heart, we're softening and opening and connecting fully to our energetic body. And for some of us, we've gotten a little dusty inside or a little congested or blocked up. And so whatever's here, it's almost like we're going into an old barn, opening all the doors, the windows, letting the light shine, letting air flow through, inviting these winds of grace to come down from heaven, clearing out the crown, the third eye, the throat, now clearing out the chest and the heart. For so many of us, we struggle with congestion in the heart, with relationships, with people we love, people we try to manage, people we're trying to control or fix, people we want to behave in the outward world. And let's give ourselves permission just to surrender it all, to open the chest and to trust that love is the way, compassion is the way. We're going to fully allow the world to be as it is. We're going to allow our feelings to be here. So if there's old feelings that are dense, that are heavy, we're going to fully allow them. But simultaneously, we're breathing into them. And we're inviting this wind of grace to clear, to open, to embrace, to release. We're saying, I choose to open with love. I choose to surrender the past. I choose to forgive those who've harmed me. And I choose to forgive myself for being human and making mistakes. I choose to open and surrender, to surrender and open. And right away, we're feeling the heart expand and be flooded with light and love and compassion. And we are remembering who we are, that we are a being of light, a being of love, a being of space and peace, of emptiness. And yet there's this divine clarity here that knows, that recognizes the truth and says yes. So breathing, feeling, softening, opening into the lower heart chakra. And again, many of us hold old pain there in the lower heart chakra. Opening in the solar plexus. Again, with this power of choice, I choose to open. I choose to surrender. I choose to forgive. I choose to love. I choose to be this light. This light. And so right away, as we're opening more fully the subtle energetic body down to the solar plexus, you're probably beginning already to feel this Kundalini Shakti wanting to flow up from the earth. And so let's continue to open in the hara, inviting the hara, the lower abdomen. Again, any personal relationships or intimate relationships. Sometimes we have issues with our business or with money or with family. As we get down into the hara and the root, inviting it all to be cleared out, inviting this greater truth to come online, that you are a light being. You are a light being. And so as we open in the hara, we open in the root, immediately we begin to feel this energy of Shakti flowing up through the bottoms of the feet, through the legs, through the thighs, coming up through the root, flooding the root with Kundalini Shakti. So we're breathing, we're feeling, we're softening, we're opening, inviting this energy to flow up through the root, through the hara, through the solar plexus, and really inviting these first three chakra centers to be reawakened, reignited with light. So breathing, feeling, softening, opening, inviting this great love, this great light to flow through the body, flowing up from the earth, coming with a rush, the feeling of clearing, the feeling of exuberance. And right in the center, if you can invite this light to flow right through the central channel, you'll notice this wonderful quality of bliss today. So breathing and just drawing this energy right up from the earth, the bottoms of the feet, the legs, through the root, through the hara, through the solar plexus, pouring into the heart, restoring the heart with love, restoring it with love, filling the heart with bliss, the bliss of Kundalini Shakti. And for some of you, you'll be saying, oh yes, I forgot about this bliss. And so when we resist the Kundalini Shakti, there's lots of pain, lots of tension in the body. But when we open and receive, the Shakti more feels like bliss and light and space. We feel a little bit ungrounding, but we're going to keep our feet rooted in the earth, inviting all the Shakti to flow up the spine, right through the central channel, pouring into the heart, clearing out the throat chakra of any congestion, any sense of I need to control or I need to be in charge. And we're giving ourselves permission to trust. Trust that you are here to be the light. The light. You are not here to be confused. You're not here to be resistant. You are here to be yogis, to be Buddhas, to be goddesses. You are here to be something great. You're not here to struggle with your family. Not here to struggle with politics. We're not here to struggle with finance. We are here to be the light. And as this light is flowing up the spine, flowing through the heart chakra, flowing up through the throat, flowing into the third eye, I invite the Kundalini Shakti to give you a vision of your highest self, of your highest self. So seeing yourself as a god, a goddess, a being of light, a Buddha, yogini, a great awakened one. And so I invite you to see this great truth, to claim this great truth this coming new year, to say yes to this light, saying yes to this love. So breathing, feeling, opening, again, inviting this energy flowing up from the earth through the bottoms of the feet, to the legs, the thighs, the pelvis, exploding open in the hara, creating this immense ground of being, this immense depth and nobility. Flowing up through the solar plexus, seeing yourself as fully empowered here on planet Earth, living your truth, speaking the truth, sharing your gifts. This light continuing to flow, exploding, open with a grand exuberance in the space of the heart, Opening, 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 inviting the body to expand, to be radiant, to know yourself as a being with no walls, no edges. This immense light flowing in all directions, front of the heart, behind the heart, the right side, the left, below the heart, above the heart. You may even see yourself as a star, a great, brilliant star of light shining, going up through the throat chakra, really crystallizing this vision in the third eye of you living your highest life, your highest truth, your greatest manifestation, flowing out through the crown, pouring into heaven, pouring into earth, inviting this great love, this divine expression to flow, smiling at this recognition that you are a divine being. You are here to be the light on planet Earth. So breathing, feeling, softening, opening. And a few of you are still kind of hanging out in your head, thinking or witnessing. I invite you to fully inhabit all 7 chakra centers, fully inhabiting this light that you are. You are not here to be a bystander. You're not here to sit on the bench. You are here because God has chosen you. Because God has chosen you, despite your psychology, your upbringing, your past, your parents, your bank account. Despite it all, God has chosen you to be this light, to shine this light. So we're breathing, feeling, opening to the fullness of what you are, the radiance of what you are. And so in this new year, I invite us all to say yes. Yes to being the light. Yes to being this love. Yes to being the truth. And we say no to the things that which are untrue. Say no to addiction, no to confusion, no to prostitution or selling ourselves, for something less than. We're saying yes to the highest and no to that which is less than. We're choosing to be empowered yogis here on this path of love, on this path of light, connecting fully to the direct experience of our being. So breathing, feeling, softening, opening. So inviting the forces of integration to begin to take root in the root chakra, stabilizing in this truth, this light, this power. In the hara, stabilizing this sense of strength and Buddha nature, stabilizing in the solar plexus, saying yes to these foundational energies of Kundalini Shakti, saying, yes, I am a being of light. So continuing to breathe, and of course saying yes to the beauty, the divinity, the radiance of your heart, of your heart. And for some of us, we hold on to like an old emotional identity in the heart. But the emotional identity is not your truth. It may be familiar. The truth is that you are a being of light. You are a great yogini. You are a Buddha. So breathing, feeling, softening, opening, saying yes, yes, yes. So we integrate through choosing the truth, through choosing our highest nature, through saying yes, yes, yes. Yes, 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 yes. So feeling into the throat chakra, I invite you all to take your power back in the throat chakra. Our throat is often a place we give our power away, prostitute ourselves, or we make silly false contracts. We give all our power away to our mother, father, sister, brother, boss. And in this moment, let's say no to that. And yes, to you being this light, this spiritual warrior that you are. A big yes in the throat chakra, coming up into the third eye and seeing this vision of your divinity, your radiance, seeing the divine kingdom before you, that you are seated at the royal table. You are this divine light, part of this royal, holy kingdom. So breathing, feeling, softening, inviting this vision of your highest nature to crystallize. To crystallize. Of course, coming up into the crown chakra and inviting there to be a direct line of divinity from the crown, plugged directly into heaven, to all your heavenly support, plugged directly into your heaven realm. So we're receiving the nurturing grace from heaven, and simultaneously feeling down into the root, allowing a great root to grow out of our bottom to the depth of the earth, plugging into the crystalline core, the heart of the earth, receiving nurturance for the body, receiving strength for the body, receiving strength for this path, saying yes and thank you. Yes and thank you. Yes and thank you. And so, with that, I invite you to gently open your eyes and I welcome you into this space, welcome you into this room. And I'm going to invite you in this coming new year to recommit yourself to knowing yourself as the light. So we need to be done playing this game where we see Kundalini as something outside of us. Let us move into this non-dual recognition that you are the light. You are the space. You are the radiance. I could come into you and I could remove thoughts from your consciousness and you'd still exist. We could have removed emotions and you'd still exist. But if I remove this light that you are, well, you don't exist. So we are this light. We are this space. So often we get confused, especially with Kundalini, because Kundalini can be a difficult force to awaken to, difficult force to integrate. And we get confused on the path and we think that we are the resistance. But we must know and we must commit ourselves every day to knowing I am the truth. I am the light. I am this space. I am that which is awake and aware. I am not the contents of my mind or emotional nature. That is the grand illusion. And I am not here to live in illusion. I am here to not only live in the light, but all of you are here to live as the light. As the light. And I'll tell you that that's not always easy. But again, when you're a light being, we walk in the direction of the truth. We don't care if it's easy or if it's hard. We're divine warriors. So we go forward with love, with an open heart, the strong back, with this deep knowing that we are here to be the divine representatives here on planet Earth. Okay. So we're going to move into sharing time. I know some of you are new here. So I'm going to invite us to share our experience with the meditation this morning. I invite you to share your vision of your highest nature. And, this is also a time and a space for validation. So if you need to say, I'm having a really hard time, or it's been a tough couple weeks, or I feel the energy stuck in my heart, or whatever. We can share some of that. But I invite you to share your highest vision first.